Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Valerie Dison, and today I am making my basic white bread recipe. This is the second turnout that it was great. First time doing a medium 1.5 pound batch, but it turned out great. So I'm going to share with you because I'm going to make a large batch next time. Plan on making a lot and put it in my freezer eventually. And I'm using the bread book. The thing that came with the actual bread maker, and I also have a Facebook group I follow. If I can remember, I'm going to list it down below in the description box in case you want to follow it, because a man commented on one of my later posts that I wouldn't really, one of the times I'll try to make white bread and I knew I could have made better. So he gave me some tips on there. So I highly recommend following a bread Facebook group. And I am using room temperature. I'm making my yeast. I am using 100 to 110 degree water, and I'm using 1 1/8 cups of water. And I'm also going to put in my bread machine instant yeast, and I'm using 1 1/2 teaspoons of that. I'm going to wait 10-15 minutes for it to get all fluffy, which I would have liked it to look fluffier than this, but if you have any recommendations, leave them down below. Help me out. But the end result was great. So yeah. Now I'm going to use my unsalted butter or room temperature butter, whatever you want. It doesn't have to be unsalted really, because I don't know if I even use that. But anyways, it is 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of that. And that is all my wet ingredients. Then I throw in all my dry ingredients, which is a 2 1/4 teaspoons of granulated sugar. You can use honey, but I don't know yet. I hadn't really used that yet. That turned out great. Granulated sugar works out better for me so far. And I put in my 1 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I put 3 cups of bread flour, and I put in 3 tablespoons of nonfat dry milk. And yeah, then I'm going to use the dough cycle on my bread machine. And after the first rise in the bread machine, I take it out. I knead it just a little bit. I probably could knead it more, but like I said, the end result was great for me. You see what I'm doing here, and that works out great. So I recommend doing that because it's easier. And then put into a bread size pan. I'm actually thinking about getting a different bread pan, probably from Walmart. One that would make more of a sandwich loaf type of bread. This one, like you see here, it turns out great. So I am happy with it. But you keep trying to perfect your game. And I really want that perfect, like store-bought kind of sliced bread. If you know what I mean, like perfect sandwich bread size. Which this one's almost perfect, so I am really happy about it. But if you have any recommendations of a bread pan at Walmart that I can use, then let me know in the comments below. But I let it rise, and I do let it rise like when it's in the dough thing. It takes like 1 hour and 30 minutes, I think, or something like that. But after that first one is like it rises in the bread machine, take it out, knead it, and then put it in your a greased loaf pan, of course. But I let it rise again for 1 hour, and I'm not sure if I might have left it in just a tad too long and let it overproof. But you see here is pretty much perfect. So, but if you think I did anything that you could have done better, let me know. But I did let it proof for another hour. All I did was put the oven light on in my oven and just left it in there for a little while. But then I put it out of the oven and put it on top of my oven, and it did fine there too, proofing. I had to cut on my oven at 350. But yeah, so I preheated my oven. But when it was proofed and hot in my oven, I put it in there it ended up being like 35 minutes for the medium 1.5 pound loaf of bread, because I do 30 minutes for the small 1 pound bread. So it did increase 5 minutes, but turned out great. Then I brushed the top of it. Well, I didn't brush, but I got a stick of butter and I smoothed it all over the top of the bread. That way it turns out softer and not as crunchy of the outside of the bread. And I let it rest for a while. Yeah, but yeah, I let it rest for probably about an hour. I mean, I take it out of the pan after I want to say 20 minutes. And then I let it rest for an hour, and then I slice it. And you can see the great results. And I'm so happy to finally have my basic white bread accomplished. It is a milestone for me. I have handmade bread. I'm so happy with it. If you have, a bread thing you want me to try next, I'm actually thinking about, after I big batch the white bread, I might try oatmeal bread next. So if you have any recommendations for oatmeal bread, leave them in the comments below, because that's what I'm going to try and make next time. I think I'm going to try my bread game until the beginning of next year. So you might be seeing some more videos of that, whatever I can accomplish and share with you guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video, buddies. Bye.